Well, as you guys know, Keith and I took a little ride through what they call the Las Vegas Loop when we were at Sema show back in November, and we shot a video on it. And you can go to partscounterguru.com or go to youtube.com/partscounterguru, and you can click on the Las Vegas Loop video where we take you through this tunnel that was provided by, the one and only Tesla, the Boring Company.
Yeah, it's Elon Musk's Boring Company. Right. By the way, everyone, if you're just joining, thank you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. I'm Keith. That's my pal Jay over there. This is a little program we like to call the Counter Show. And
we just do this for fun.
Yeah. We have a podcast over on our website, partscounterguru.com. Thank you for watching the video. Tell your friends. Go ahead, Jay.
Well, it seems that only the people of CES, the folks that frequent this show, could cause this problem, I guess. I don't know. Maybe all of them wanted to do it at the same time, but
we did a lot of it was busy as could be at Sema. They ran that thing like
they did, and I don't know what changed, but we had no issue with a traffic jam. But supposedly, it's kind of like break the internet with a video or whatever. They broke the tunnel, the loop. They somehow or another caused a traffic jam, which is kind of odd that would happen.
Okay, so if you okay, so for those of you that refuse to go back and watch our video on how this works, shame on you. But let me just quickly explain. So these are all Tesla model. I think they're X's. They're 3s or X's. I don't know. I can't remember.
I think 3s.
But it's one way. It's one lane through the tunnel. It's a loop. It's called the loop for a reason. The cars operate in one direction. They just make a big loop. And they are driven by a human, by a driver. And, full safety protocols in place. The thing will do what? Like up to 20, is it 20 or 40 miles an hour is their top end?
It's like 40 miles an hour in there. And we got pretty fast.
The self-driving thing could do it on its own. The tunnels are lit. There's, markers on the side, all that. But the typical the things that you would have in a normal environment that cause traffic pileups, like multiple lanes where somebody cuts you off, or somebody running a light, or there being an intersection, or objects on the road, things, people, animals running out in front of you. Not all of that is removed from this closed loop environment.
Right.
So it makes it even more interesting how something like this could happen.
Yeah, it does. I mean, I see why. Let's just face it. It's a very small track or tunnel area that they're working with here. And that's a lot of people that they're cramming into those shows now, which is kind of odd to me because we saw footage. It didn't appear that it was as well attended even as Sema was. So I find it very interesting. But it kind of goes back to what the initial, I think, to avoid these types of traffic jams. You had so many people trying to get in there, and they're just trying to make people happy by giving them a ride and all that kind of stuff. I get it. It's free transportation at this point. And I think the initial idea behind this was that Elon Musk was going to be building a passenger van style Tesla, like a shuttle bus, to move more than just 3 or 4 people in one vehicle. And that'll eliminate some of that congestion. So for someone to say that it didn't work, I don't agree with that. I think that you've got a certain set of circumstances here that caused the backlog of traffic and just kind of an interesting take on why this may have happened. I just think that it was the right time, right place. All the circumstances kind of piled in, and that's why this happened. So, I mean, initially when we walked down through there and we got down and we were in front of the spot where our Tesla's going to pull up, I mean, it was not congested. Do you think, Keith? I mean, I didn't think it was that congested.
They did a good. It wasn't noticeable. There were a lot of people moving through there, but they did a good job in managing the traffic.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think the thing about him is, I'm talking about Elon, he pushes the envelope of innovation. I think that's why so many people are drawn to him. Not everything he does is a huge success on the first shot. I mean, they've had rockets blow up on the launch pad. They've certainly had issues with their car development. But who else out there has pushed the envelope this far? Would we? I guess this is the question, everybody, and tell us what you think in the comments. Would we be where we are today, technologically, with some of this stuff without Elon Musk? I mean, that's kind of the question. I'm reading some of the comments here on one of the new pages of that article. Yeah. This is from a guy. It says Musk is the male equivalent of Elizabeth Holmes. That's the Theranos. Yeah.
Theranos, okay. Yeah.
All talk, no results, massively subsidized by our tax dollars, and he complains about taxes. The guy is a trash can con man. The science doesn't care about your fantasies. I'm not so sure that's accurate.
I don't feel that it is. I think that his contributions to science and technology far exceed any explanation that guy just gave. So, it's a bad point, dude. Don't you think?
I kind of do. I think people are just going to find their confirmation bias, and that's what they're going to believe. I'm not saying that we're there yet. I'm not saying that electric vehicles or tunnels under the city or the space rocket thing has reached the level of Apple stardom where it's like revolutionized the world. But I do think we're pretty far along. I mean, who else is taking rockets up to space to the internet, or who else is supplying the International Space Station right now? If it wasn't for that guy, I mean, NASA's
exactly, and he's working on Starlink, which could potentially be a huge benefit, especially in a time like COVID, where not all children have access to good internet connectivity. He could really be breaking barriers with that technology if he can ever get it to where we need it. He's already launched the satellites and everything. There are some of these other comments that this guy has commented on. It's just ridiculous as well.
Las Vegas has the monorail. You have public transportation. You can Uber. You can Lyft. You can take a taxi. You can walk. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. This same guy says to another guy who commented, he goes, "I get the fanboy mentality, but Holmes tricked investors for years. Elon isn't a god king. He's the Tony Robbins of tech. He claimed this tunnel would be fully automated and go 115 miles an hour. What we got was a 30 mile an hour with drivers. An EV taxi service in a subway tunnel is so groundbreaking." Okay, dude.
There's some truth to that.
Do you know anybody else out there that's even attempting to do this? And the other thing that I say about that is this: you can't get there in one day.
Well, that's true. So
we didn't get to the moon on one rocket. It took decades, and it took a lot of rockets and a lot of lives lost in the process. That's how science works. So if you want to sit back and throw the darts, go ahead, bud. You're more than welcome to. And you can comment on our channel too, pal.
Yeah, those are the same, like, my internet's down. What am I going to do with my life, like, for the next 20 minutes? Well,
right.
What you did 15 years ago before you didn't have it? I don't know.
Right. It's funny they don't feel the same way about their 5G service, right? Or 4G service or whatever.
Right.